Wakey, wakey, hand of Snakey. Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Welcome to the
kids.
Wacky Weekend. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whatever time it may be where you are. My name's Artie, and I've got my good mate Anthony next to me. Um, we're going to try to make you guys laugh and show you guys what's been going on around here. I'm going to say a quick hello to everybody that's here. I don't know if you're still here, but Wigwag, g'day, buddy. Hopefully you
Wait,
are
wait,
here.
what's that? We're gonna try to make people laugh. You said?
Yeah, well,
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it works with Joyce. Sorry.
shit, that is a joke. Yeah, hang on. Hang on. Where's the tweezers? Hang on. I do have the tweezers here somewhere. I need them. Hang on. You might need these to
All
help
right,
you find
Bernard.
it.
She might need them.
um, but yeah, g'day, Wigwag. Hopefully you're all right. Are we still around? Pete, how are you? It's nice. I know it's nice and early in the morning for you, or late at night. Hot Dog Pilot Andy, welcome again. It's nice seeing you here, buddy. One great YouTuber that follows a lot of people and he's in a lot of chats. Valley, g'day, buddy. Same with you. Good morning and good late night, Chuck. Nice to see you in here, buddy. 85 degrees. Yeah, it's been Zantac. Mark, how are you, buddy? Hope you're doing okay. Haven't seen you in here for a bit. Tim from Canada. How are you, buddy? Bernard, g'day, buddy. Hope you're doing well. I'm chasing the fireball. Mate, that's no good drinking that moonshine, buddy. You know what it does to you. It puts hairs on your chest and your back and everything else. So I'm here in the training room. Yeah, how thin it is? Well, the thing is, I bought myself I've got myself a 3D printer a few weeks ago, and I finally pulled it together and started doing some printing. Because I'm starting to do the station scene. Monsville, g'day, buddy. Good morning to you, buddy. Hopefully you guys are all right up there in southern Queensland, because I know you guys got a bit of that storm that we had here this week. Yeah, we got hit by a storm real bad. So I got the 3D printer going, and I started doing the retaining walls and gradually working down to the building. I still got to do more of the artwork. I've just been testing it out. So with my printing, the way I've done it, because I haven't done it for a while, I've got to say, it was a complete flop. Here, paper thin.
Yeah, that didn't turn out as planned. I don't think.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It was supposed to have been a solid piece, but obviously it's not. And then, g'day, Joe. How are you, buddy? So I reached out to a good friend of mine, Robin Taylor, just to try to help me refresh my memory. And she redone the artwork, a little bit of the artwork, and done the settings. So we've gone. Second one turned out like this here. Hang on, let me acknowledge myself a bit bigger. Enlarge myself just a little bit bigger. I mean, it didn't work out too good either. So I scrapped everything, reset everything. Hang on, let me just reach out. Oh, that hurts. So I did manage to, after resetting everything, going back to redrawing everything, I managed to get the one box that's the retaining wall and whatnot.
Ah, okay.
So it's come up right and finished printing last night.
Ah, cool.
And I didn't realise my measurements were out. So it's 5 millimeters too wide.
Uh-oh.
But it's not going to go to waste because that's going to go way down the far end.
Got to get that little knife out and cut those 5 millimeters off.
Yeah, well, you got the sandpaper, so that will work out. But it'll fit down the far end, so it's not a complete waste. I try not to waste too much because things are not really that cheap, are they? So one success. I've got another one on the printer bed now with the right measurements. The height is right. Now what's going to happen here is there's going to be a road bed. There's going to be a road bed up on top here. The buses will come along, a little footpath, a few little street lights. It should work out pretty well, I think. It's working out pretty well up in here. So that's what's been going on. I did end up getting some of the new trains out, checking them out. Tell you what, that new crane that I've got is very impressive. After going, Aussie Outmasters. Yeah, yep, that's the one, Valley. I was quite impressed with the counterweight and whatnot. It can lift up to 300 grams, which is almost a locomotive. And I've had a little bit of play with it. It does run by itself as well, but it cannot handle my grade. Magna Rail. That I don't know yet, Mark. I don't know. I was thinking about going fella, because there's more of the fella bits and pieces around the country here. Look, I'm not even going to go. I'm not even touching that one, Bernard. All I can say that I've got spring rolls handy here at the moment. Yes. Well, thank you, Valley. I'm pretty happy too. I try to do some. I've got an idea for a bus terminus because I haven't got much space on the ground. I'm taking and copying an idea from Boston Station, the way it was before they enclosed completely. It actually had a bus terminus on top of the platform, so that's what I'm going to try to recreate in some ways here. G'day, James. How are you, James Dundas?
Hey, James.
Oh yeah, we've had 2 nasty storms down here in Montreal. Mother Nature was so good to me this week. It actually forced me to go and do a bit of work at my front garden where I've got these garden edges that I've been wanting to move forward by about 1.5 foot so the lawnmowers can get between the fence and the plants. Well, one of the palm trees, a succulent palm tree, they're not, the diameter of the stems are only probably about yay big. About that big. So I had to save it. I actually had to do a bit of gardening at the front, and I've got one of my neighbours to give me a helping hand. It's finally been done. So what I have tested my trains, and they should run today. I'm going to swap the screens because that will make the train operation go. Work on a good, what do you call it? Now I've got on there which camera it is. Is it that one? No, that's not the one. Is it that one? No, that's not the one. Keeps changing around on me. I don't know why. Here we go. We're looking at the layout. There you see, I've got all my passenger EMUs all parked up in here, the way they did in Innsbruck, and then the far end. So at the moment, I am starting to work on the station scene here. That's what I'm 3D printing. That box that I just showed, that's where it's going to go. So let's hope this week everything runs properly without any hassles. Because I spent for a long time trying to get everything sorted. Let's see what happens. So I've got two small community services first, and you guys can just see what happens. Yeah, hopefully there's no damage up your way. I didn't, apart from that. No, Andy, it doesn't. Zug is actually they use
Train.
train.
Zug is train.
Yep. So you will see the railjet coming out. The little yellow ones, the roofed ones, they're the first commuter services, followed by no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn it.
Bing, it's not going well. Bing, it's not going well. Bing, it's not going well. It's not going well. Not going well.
Why? Oh. Do that one.
What in tarnation?
Yeah. Man, if I've got an emu here, mine's well, I'm going to have a problem. All right. Let's try again.
Now you're working again. Okay. Do.
Oh, damn it. Another one's still off. Where are you off? Oh. Why do these cranes always have to act up when you put the camera on?
You really want to bring that up with a guy that's had some sort of running issue 5 of his last 6 or 6 of his last 7 live streams?
Oh,
That's
what it is.
Something about cameras, although, Andy had gremlins with some internet there recently. His trains usually run brilliantly. Normally my trains run brilliantly, but not. Actually, everything ran great once I took that one locomotive off.
G'day, Steve. How are you? Murphy's Law. Well, I didn't even. That's probably what it is.
The answer to that, Steve, is yes. That is true.
Everybody that drive Subaru have no brain cells. Yeah, I think the ones that drive 4x4s and blame the gravity. Yes, Bernard. Oh, now what? Oh, damn it. Ah! Now I am pissed. Shit. What the?
Now, wait a minute. Is that pissed in the American vernacular or pissed in the British and subject colonies English pissed? Have you been drinking too much or are you angry?
I am friggin' angry. I am angry.
I don't think Aussies got angry.
I've got to reset everything. No, you bitch. Thank you. Oh, damn it.
Sorry, I'm moving trains while I'm at this.
Yeah, well, I just had let me show you guys. but for some reason, every now and then, and I can tell you, if it's Microsoft trying to find itself again to update, because the computer that's running the layout is not connected on to the internet, and every now and then, Google and Microsoft uses up all the memory up trying to find itself, do an update. And a lot of things don't take yeah, something like that, Bernard, but I'm just gonna have to sort this out. If I show you guys with I've got too many mouses here, that's a problem. The road jetter was actually supposed to go into another track, but it didn't go there now. Was it this camera? Yeah, there's the head on with the brand new train. So I've got to go and fix all of this up and start again. G'day, Randall. How are you?
Hi, Randall.
Oh, if it was only like that, yeah. Well, the thing is, my laptop computer still thinks that because the way Google and everything else does them, thinks, oh, you're in Austria. Oh, you can speak German. I'm gonna put everything down on. I'm gonna put all your.
Yeah, it did it to me when I was in Australia. All of a sudden, my computer, instead of saying hello, was saying good day, and
Yeah, I know, and it doesn't
translate everything into Australian English. I had no idea.
Well, that's not so bad, but when you start going into a foreign country, eventually I worked a lot of it out in there. No StreamYard tonight. Yeah. Not at a moment. We'd
oh yeah, we're StreamYard. He's just got the paid version, so
yeah.
So you don't get the logo.
When I was in Serbia, they the writing that came on my computer was the Cyrillic style writing, which I do not know how to read. It's like, why do they have to change the setting or force themselves to change the setting? Not many people say good day in Queensland. No, because they're a mixed bunch up there. They come from way down south. All right, so here comes the fun part. I do have to go and do some exercise. Let me. Oh, lucky this one didn't fall. It jammed up good. Oh.
He's gone.
Hey.
Take my eyes off. Hi, Robin.
Hey, Robin. You missed out on all the fun. So that's that one. Oh, God. No.
How am I doing? I'm more tired than a Gallagher comedy routine. That's a mean thing to say.
Third turn has a didn't change. That's that one. No. Which train's which? Where are they all? Okay. All right. Mm. All right. Okay.
Stop. Yeah, I've had, I don't know how many Internet Explorer updates or Windows updates. Today was a Windows update, and it just throws everything off.
Oh, but I mean, the other computer, the one that operates the layout, isn't connected to the internet. So you shouldn't be trying to. It looks for itself looking for the internet, trying to update itself, which you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, that's political stuff, Pete. So we can't talk about that stuff here.
Yeah, no, we're trying not. Oh, no. Are you kidding me?
You know, Artie, with your camera off and the sounds you're making, all kinds of stories could be imagined here.
I bet. Markman trains. Who wants Markman trains? They don't stay upright. Oh my. Oh God.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. It's probably the one that doesn't work anymore. Yeah, well, YouTube is a program, and so there will be glitches in it. It's not a perfect system. I go up and down, up and down. We all do.
One more carriage, and then I'll start them all over again. Right.
Will I leave myself? Yes. Yay.
All right. Oh. Now that was frustrating as all hell. Oh. What on earth is going on here?
Bernard, my main computer here runs Windows 11. My laptop runs Windows 11, actually, both my laptops. And then I have a Windows 10 computer up in my bedroom. And then I have another laptop. Yes, I have 3 laptops that runs Windows 98. Because there were games you could do on Windows 98 that you just couldn't do after Windows 98. And so I've got a laptop I can play all those old games on.
Well, quick. G'day, buddy. How are you? Welcome to the channel.
And hello to.
We just had a big We just had a bit of a incident here.
A little technical glitch.
Yeah, just a little bit. Okay.
Trains are not talking to each other.
Yeah, I can see that. I end up resetting all the settings. Hang on, let me change the camera. Robin, sorry, I was just saving. I was just rescuing the train. So,
Stop.
The file that you sent me ended up like this. So that was a failure.
Makes a great back scratcher, though.
Oh yeah, but it's not going to be a complete waste. I'll find some use for it, particularly the bottom piece. Now that I'm going to be,
and I know a Hindu guy who would like to use it as his bed, but that's a different story.
Probably the one that's moving in next door. But I redone it, Robin, and reset everything. And the print that I did yesterday came out the way it was supposed to. So that's worked out all right. Oh, yes. B7 my favorite. Where one of the computers, the desktop that I got out there is still working on XP. I just need to get a new cooling fan to get it going. Because that's what I done my start animation. So now I am going to what is that? AMRA opened it. Oh, cool. By the way, folks, next weekend, before I forget, next weekend, I'll be doing a live stream from Rosehill Racecourse in Sydney. So everybody start placing your bets now. Will I make it out there in one piece or not, and not buy any trains? Will I buy any trains? Will I not buy any trains? So place your bets. There's a train show up there next weekend. So it's the annual Sydney's AMRA model train exhibition, and it's actually held at the racecourse, Rosehill Racecourse. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the station cam. I'm going to call it station cam. I think that. Oh, it's gone. Where's the station cam? No. Oh, damn it. It lost the camera. Okay, why have we lost the camera? I will go, yes. Artie will buy trains. Okay, Valley, one for Valley. Okay. We'll buy 5. He says 5. Why? Okay. Let me try again. Oh, yeah, we're back. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to park everything up again and try to reset everything. So this is going to be interesting. Power's back on. So now the trick is to park everything up without crashing it. Yeah, right, they say. So that one goes. So the first one that's getting moved is this yellow one here. I'm going to send her back. And I'll check the turnouts. Yeah, that's that one.
Bing. Okay, there. Sorry, I've been putting all my high-speed trains away after the live stream Friday.
Oh, you don't want me to take them again?
Oh, heck no, I got to park them and lock them in place. We can't trust you Australians. I mean, let's face it, you are descended from a bunch of criminals and thieves.
We're not. Well, what you? Well, look, what is Australia made of?
You're all friendly. You're wonderful, friendly people, but I do keep my hand on my wallet wherever I go.
Hey, come on, we're not that bad. We're not that
Even
bad.
your most predominant wildlife has extra pockets they don't need just so when they steal something, they can hide it real fast.
Yeah, well, they're not stupid, are they? So I've got
heck no. Oh no.
Yeah, and they know that you're too scared of you reaching in and grabbing it. Nationals, criminal-based society. Well, that's what we were made from, isn't it, Monsville? I bet Artie's going to lose his pants while the horses are running. All right, that's a different one. All right, we'll see about that one, Steve. Hopefully my buddy Richard will actually turn up. Okay, now that train's gone where it's not supposed to. All right. There's another turn that didn't work. Where are you? You're there. And you're supposed to be... you're supposed to be there. All right. Okay. Not one there. I think it is. No, wrong one. That's not it. Yeah, I can drive my trains manually. Oh, you're going the wrong way. There is a manual control on my dashboard. So what I'm trying to do at the moment, I'm trying to put the trains the way they're supposed to be and park them up so I can restart everything again.
Oh. Looks like them the way they should be. Wheels are on the track.
Yeah.
Is there more to it? That depends to where, Chris. The heat, the humidity, and the potentially large bugs, especially in the North Queensland area, give me room for pause.
We're not that bad. I mean, Australia's not as bad.
I have to live somewhere where it will snow part of the year. I mean, and not like up in the mountains while I'm down here in the warm valley. I need to have snow. All right, James, good night. So
good night, James.
I got to Germany. That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind the UK. Germany, of course, would be for me, optimal. Just I love Germany. Nice. I love Germany.
Okay. All right, I've got my
track cleaning. Out. Yeah, I really need to do another session of track cleaning here.
Well, see, this is the thing. I done my track cleaning last night, and I checked everything.
I believe you're me about 249 miles per hour. Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, for as much as there are things I don't like about Toledo, Ohio, we're just too much of a sleepy. We used to be a relatively big city. I mean, at its biggest, we were 450,000. Now, I don't think we are over 300,000. Except for the drastic changes we've had in the local weather the last few years, we've had droughts like we've never had before. We get all 4 seasons, a strong dose of all 4 seasons. We do get snow in the winter, but we don't just get constantly dumped on, although we haven't had any snow the last couple of winters. You're not too far a drive away from a lot of big things. You're a few hours drive from the mountains. I'm an hour away from the big airport in Detroit, and not even an hour, like 50 minutes.
They say, yeah, box jellyfish and that. I mean, it all depends where you go. Like, there's a thing that like, there's like a little rule and law that we had around here where um you don't go swimming in the mornings because it's feed time for the sharks. You don't go at the evening because it's dinner time. Um, because that's a lot less. It's
Well,
you're
that's
not going to.
just it. The time to go swimming is the winter.
Well, they're still around at winter down here.
I'm very tickled with having gone swimming in Australia. I mean, to an Aussie, big deal. You went swimming. But to considering I am a 10, 11-hour drive from the Atlantic coast and a 4-hour flight, 4 to 5 hour flight from the West Coast to go all the way down to Australia to swim in the big water. I have briefly swam in the Atlantic Ocean, but it was very brief because we had a jellyfish school suddenly come ashore and they called us out of the water. But that was the first time. Now I'm on a big lake, and our kids grew up. We had a pool, but once or twice a year, Joyce would say, "Let's go up to the beach," and we'd go up into Michigan and swim at this beach on Lake Erie. And there were other lakes we could drive and go swimming at. We've gone swimming in Lake Michigan and Lake Huron, and those are big waters too. But being in the I guess technically the Tasman Sea, where we were just south of where it's actually the Pacific Ocean. Where we were at was technically the Tasman Sea, but it's still the Pacific Ocean to me.
Yeah, you can still can class. You can still say you were at the Pacific, really, because the water from the Pacific Ocean does mix into it pretty well down there because you've got the current on it. But you see, down in my area, yeah, you'll get your pythons. You do get your snakes and whatnot, but we don't have crocodiles down here. You just got to be careful. Like any country you go to, every country's got some sort of creature that would actually do you harm. One thing about Australia, apart from your snakes and your spiders, if you're vigilant, a lot of times you'd actually see them or you will hear them, right? But when you go to traveling like in the United States and Europe, for example, or Europe is a good example. No crocs in Brisbane, no, not yet. But when you have a look at the wildlife, you got bears, you got lions, you got the mountain lions, you got coyotes, you got wolves, but the biggest creatures you got over there are the bears. And what do? They go hunting for meat. Have you seen
bears will mess you up. Wolves and coyotes usually will not mess with humans. They really don't. Most of your stories of wolves and coyotes being aggressive on humans are kind of mythical.
No, you're lucky there with that creek. Yeah, not much.
But like here in Toledo, we have one dangerous creature. We have a poisonous spider called the brown recluse. 50, 100 miles north of us, you can also run into brown widows. South of us, you can run into brown widows, but we do not have black widows here in Toledo. The only bad animal, we have no rattlesnakes. We have like 3 or 4 types of snakes you find. They're very shy. They're all non-venomous. Rattlesnakes haven't been in the area in over 100 years. They were basically killed off. And as far as anybody's know, there hasn't been a reported case of a rattlesnake bite in about 70 years. And that was because we had a rattlesnake pit that people used to dump rattlesnakes in, and idiots would mess with it and then they'd get bit. But rattlesnake bite in the wild is over 100 years ago. So yeah, the brown recluse and those guys, they don't bite you unless sadly, you're sticking your hand up in your garage somewhere trying to get a piece of wood and you accidentally bump them and then they bite defensively. But otherwise, they hide in a corner somewhere, a deep corner. That's why they're called the brown recluse. They just hide in the corner and they eat bugs, big bugs.
Tim, would you go and find out for us, please, buddy? Great. You're a good mate of ours. But yeah, like might as well say brown snake. Like I've seen brown snakes and red belly blacks, and unless I'm going to go and poke them, they usually run off anyway. They go out of sight, and as long as you leave them alone, they're not going to come after you either. And yeah, the huntsmen, yeah, they are 5 inches across. Try to scoop it up, but they jumped up in the air and did a run. Yeah, well, the huntsman, it's not dangerous. It just looks dangerous because of the size of it. I've got some huntsmen here, but I tell you what, they really make a mess when their eggs hatch, because you'll get millions of them. Which I'm actually quite surprised I haven't seen too many here inside the house. I try to keep my yard clean, and that's one thing I've got to do now because I've got a lot of debris in the backyard where I have the picnic area, where I have the picnic and barbecue outside. Where you guys probably seen when Anthony Joyce was here.
Well, my thing with the huntsman is simply how tight a space they can hide themselves in, and when they emerge, it's woo, they're huge.
It's actually with the statistics, the huntsman has actually caused more car accidents in this country than any other form of or driving accidents. Because what they'll do is they'll peer out from, say, underneath the hood and start running up the windscreen. Of course, people think they're inside. You try and swap it away. Okay, we're back to the start again. Shall we try it again?
Sure, why not? Let's go for it. Try again.
Okay, let's try again. Everything is set. Make sure my turnout's working. Yeah, they're working now. That one's working. That one's working. Is that one working? Yeah. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Just doing a pre-check. Just doing a pre-flight check here. Okay, so that one's working. Yeah, that one's working.
Yeah, you do have timber rattlers up there in Michigan, but they don't come into the Toledo area. I don't know why. They like wet and green, and Toledo can be wet and green.
But see, when we talk about snow, yeah, they're large and super fast, but they won't hurt you. The thing they look for is where the hell can we get away from you, so you don't get the Mr. Sheen out or kill us. And I tell you what, they're actually quite interesting. They make very good spider webs outside. I did have one that was down by the side fence. Anyone that jumped the fence, they'll get a face and body full of its web. So, yeah, I don't mind them. It's like with anything, you get used to it. I mean, you have a look at the bears, the grizzly bears and the brown bears, black bears over in the US. You get videos of them coming up. Oh, yeah, they can. It's historic, Anthony. The snakes don't like spark plugs. There you go, Anthony. That's why they don't get all coming over.
What's that?
And he says that the reason why you don't get the snakes is because they don't like the spark plugs.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we don't do the spark plugs any. Yeah.
Okay, Dirk. Away. All right. So I'm giving it another try. See
You
what
want
happens.
the headquarters for world famous champion spark plugs here in Toledo, and they moved out of Toledo back in the 70s. They ditched us and screwed us royal. Give us a tax break. Okay, we give you a tax break. Good. All the money we saved, we're going to use to pay for our move out of Toledo.
Yeah, it was same as here. Like Ford got a tax break and a handout. GM got a tax break and handout. So did Toyota. So what do? They closed up and moved, took our money and ran. So far everything's going good. I'm not hearing any derailments. Oh, Randall's back. G'day, back. I do have the Sydney funnelers, but as I showed Anthony and Joyce, you know where you can see where they are. As long as you don't put your finger in where they are,
yeah,
they're not going to bother you. And it's like normal humans. I mean, if no one's going to poke you and annoy you, you're not going to bite back, are you? That's the same with these creatures too. You know. So okay, so far so good.
there.
Yes.
Why is it you can fit all these cars?
Yeah, I wonder who put that over there. A bit that someone brought over as a pet. It's like we had a alligator down here on the south coast, and we don't have alligators in Australia. How did he get there? Chris is falling asleep. Oh, okay. They found out if you have these reptile zoos or these animal zoos parks. The guy was going belly up and he let it all loose. Okay, everything sounds good so far, and I can see everything on camera is running. You can see the new Innsbruck train running above my head. Yeah, camera. I will end up having the cameras in better spots so everybody can see it. In the next few weeks, I'm going to start packing up a lot of these trains because work is going to get messy in here soon. That's the part I dread, packing up trains. Just takes forever. Well, yeah, and
that's why I don't.
Like at here at the moment, yeah, I mean, you were talking about not much snow in Toledo. I was just over in Europe, as everyone knows. I've just been home in Europe to Mum's hometown, and they were saying there, they're not getting as much snow as they used to be. You used to be able to have 3-4 foot of snow. Now you don't see much of that anymore. Over here, yeah, it is hot. Wollongong area in Sydney is supposed to be going into a what they call a drought cycle, but we're not. Down at Albury, Wodonga, down the border, they're in drought down there. But up here, we're still pretty damp. Yeah, but the snow gets close to you, Robin, like it does here. But you start putting on your heater on as soon as it gets to about 7 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 22, 23 degrees Celsius.
Sounds like my old friend Mikey Zito. He lived in California, and he always talked about having to turn the heat on and light the fire in his house when it was 64 Fahrenheit.
Oh,
and we're like,
really?
64 Fahrenheit. We got the windows open. We're in t-shirts and shorts here in Toledo. That's nice weather.
Same down here. Well, it's been actually quite nice. It's a beautiful day out today. after the train stop running and after the show, I'm going to go down the beach. Because down here at the moment, we're actually got a lot of whales that are migrating south because it's getting too hot up in Queensland area. And we're getting a lot of humpbacks. The other earlier in the week, we've actually had what looks like a baby humpback was born somewhere along between Sydney and down here, and they were teaching it to breach and slapping its tail on the surface. And it's been actually quite interesting. I did manage to get some videos. I just got to get time to put these videos up and put them together and put them on the internet. I'll tell you what, that set looks pretty good, doesn't it, Anthony?
Yeah.
The drill set. But that week, earlier in the week, Monday, Tuesday, and I think Wednesday, we've had on average 4 or 5 whales just around within the 5 Island area near the MM Beach. Well, we're going to try that stored. Needs wheels cleaning. Come on, off you go. I think the wheels need cleaning on that one. That's the only thing I've got to do is get the wheels cleaning on the trains. So that little yellow one will get parked up, and then I've got another one up here. They'll park up, and then two of the local services here will come out. Yes, you can. They're not that far off shore. Maybe 500-600 meters offshore. Yeah, you get a good view of them. You do get a good view of them. There was one guy that actually went out with a boat, and as soon as he came out, they went further out. But where they come to down at MM or down here at Port Kembla, it'd be like a little safe haven, and the water level there is actually reasonably shallow. Yeah, Dirk, yeah, you can see. There were some that were further out, but the young ones, they'll keep closer to the shore. Pete, I haven't been diving for nearly 18 years, 25 years. There's words a few spots around here where I used to go diving for crayfish, which is certain size you're able to take out and take home with you. I have encountered a grey nurse a couple of times, but a grey nurse, they don't bother you too much. They don't know, Dirk. It all depends on the temperature. They're usually a bit further south during December. Like down towards Phillip Island, down that way. That's where they usually are after this Great Australian Bight. And towards end of February, they start migrating north because the waters down south start getting cold.
Yeah, but that was, again, just to go back to our own, we had 2 different occasions where we saw whales, and it was, even though it was from a distance, and our boat trip where we were hoping to see whales got canceled because of weather, standing up there on that shoreline and just watching them come up and blow the puffs of air and see the humps and go. I mean, we're inlanders. We're on a lake, but it's an inland freshwater lake. So, big trout is, and actually our lake doesn't even have trout. In our part of the lake, walleye is the big fish, smallmouth bass and walleye. But yeah, seeing those whales even from a distance, but to be able to stand on the shore and see them was absolutely an awesome memory.
There's a couple of reefs around here, Pete, which is actually quite interesting. It's actually quite nice to go diving in. A bit further north of Wollongong, because there's a lot of rock pools and that up there. There's a lot of good cray there too, if you like crayfish or lobster. And Bass Point, which is down towards where Anthony first got his feet wet down a Bombo, down that way.
Yeah, Bombo, that was it.
There's a lot of reefs over there, where I used to go dive when I was younger. And I enjoyed it, but now I wouldn't be able to do it, I don't think. Well, hopefully, Dirk, they'll still be around. Because the numbers of the humpbacks have gone up, and now there are always a few lurking about, a few stragglers. There's some that won't go all the way down. They'll just hang in between here, or the other place is Jervis Bay, down in Nowra, which is about an hour's drive from here. Now, as what trains are run, that's the way they should be run. They behave themselves. But one isn't going, so I better get in that way. Hang on. Let me get my yardstick. There we go. Keep going. That's it. Just realize there's one train that hasn't come out yet. G'day, Andy. How are you, buddy?
Oh, hi, Andy Dobson.
Nice to see you, buddy. We missed out all the fun. We had all the head-ons and train derailments and everything else like that. So, but yeah, after this week, I'll have to gradually start packing everything up, because I don't want to wreck any of these new trains while I'm doing the scenery, particularly this main section above my head here. I've got to start doing some work on that. To the big aquarium. Yeah, that makes it easier, doesn't it, Robin, when you go to the big aquarium? The Sydney Aquarium is actually quite good. It's in Darling Harbour, so if you ever, when you get over here,
I've never been diving. Did a little bit of snorkeling with an El Cheapo snorkel set going to the lakes around here and up in northern Michigan, but yeah, I've never been diving, never had they used to have a place you could go and take classes, and you could go diving in Lake Erie and get certified as a diver, but they were really expensive. Even if I had dreamt of doing it, it would have been too expensive to do as a young man. But I was always...
So you and Joyce, have you guys snorkeled before?
Joyce has never snorkeled. And I wouldn't even call what I did snorkeling. It was just one of those cheap snorkel breathers you got with kids stuff or whatever. And as a teenager, you would do it. But yeah, I never, but I was an excellent swimmer, and I could hold my breath for quite a ways. I could swim very well underwater and on top of water. And I do love swimming. I don't care what the water temperature is, as I've proven many times. I don't care what kind of water, whether the fun of salt water is it's harder to go under.
Yeah.
Cost you a fortune, Pete? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't so bad.
I wore a wetsuit once. The photos are horrendous.
Yeah. If you guys can end up doing some practicing for your snorkeling for your next trip over, that'd be good, Anthony. For when we get up north, up the Great Barrier Reef up there. Because the reefs up there are very pretty. Um, I know Joyce will like it. Oxygen Pete. Yeah, that we'll give him that new name, eh? Oxygen Pete. Yeah. Um, but I haven't been for a long time. I haven't.
Yeah, I mean there are fantasies about how cool it would be to dive like a reef, something in Pacific Ocean or things like that. And swim with the non-dangerous sea creatures. But I do have a overly healthy fear of the sharks and the stingers, the various types of jellyfish and stuff like that. When you swim in freshwater lakes, you're not worried about anything biting you or eating you. And
Well, that's true. Well, that's true. Look, I go in the water. Yes, I am aware of the sharks around here, but it never
I just
stopped me from go. It's never stopped me from going into the water.
no. Well, it hasn't stopped me. I've gone in as long as it's safe to go in. And the big lakes like Lake Superior, which I have gone swimming in, which is no different than swimming in a ocean if an ocean could be freshwater, because Lake Superior is massive and it is deep and it has currents and tides like an ocean. It is a monster of a lake. But at Lake Superior, you could worry about riptides. But like when I went swimming with you, I'm familiar enough. I know when the water conditions, they had those 6 to 8 foot waves crashing 15 feet in front of me. And I wanted nothing better than to go out that additional 10, 15 feet where the water still would have only come up to my waist.
Yeah.
And let those waves crash over me and dive into those waves. But my feet were telling me, don't go any further. I took a few steps out and then came back a few steps because I did not like what my feet were feeling. And you had evidence of a bit of a rip tide or a rip current, about 100 meters south of me when I was swimming. It was to my right looking out at the ocean. So that would have been to the south of me. So yeah, and the funny thing is you and Joyce talking, and you're like, don't go out any further, buddy. It doesn't look good there. And of course, you're the professional who's worked as water rescue. But Joyce is watching me, and she knows me, and she's like, he isn't. His brain's telling him the same thing. Don't go any further, because she can read my body
when
language.
you were there, I was watching this because I know where the rocks are and that there, and how nasty that can be. And the thing was, you were gradually being taken to closer and closer to the rocks.
No. The biggest thing I wasn't really near the rocks. The rocks were further north of us, and where I was at, it was clear and safe for diving in. But the way the current was pulling under, there was an undertow, which I didn't like. And I didn't want to go another 10, 15 feet further out where even if it's only waist high, that you can dive into it and it can grab you and pull you. Now, I know how to avoid that, because what happens when most people feel they're getting dragged in or out to the ocean, they start struggling and try to swim in. You don't. You swim across it.
That's right.
You swim across it until you get out of the pool.
Yeah, the bathtub. Yeah, well, what's a bathtub, Andy? Yeah. Tell you what, they give few and far between hotels now too. No bubbles in my blood, Andy. Yeah, well, that's good, Pete. So obviously, with my head bopping up, Robin wants to put a smiley face on my head, and it's not going to happen. It's in drop below the surface once you learn the trick. Well, Yeah, look, I haven't been there for a long time. I've been in the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and the Gulf of America. Oh God, here we go. Gulf of Mexico. After I've been through.
Oh, that's cool, Bernard.
Yeah, I've been up in the Great Barrier Reef, and yes, the water gets very warm up there. I can understand why the whales come south because it gets really uncomfortably warm up there. It's like a lukewarm bathtub up there. Um, the Adriatic Sea. I've been swimming in there. Yeah, it was good, but the waters are a lot cleaner now than what it was when I was young. So, um, along the Atlantic coastline, I've been a couple of beaches there now, but I tell you what, I find the water on the Atlantic coastline in the United States is pretty dirty.
Hi,
Um,
Eric.
G'day, Eric. How are you, buddy? Nice to see you.
He's behind the
Um,
computer screen, obviously.
I'm here. You can see my board spot. Um, you can notice the glare on the top of the layout. Um, Lake
Choo.
Superior never. Yeah, is that right? Are you talking that by experience? Are you, Steve?
Superior,
Um,
it never gives up or dead when those gales of November come early.
yeah. Um, even off the shore here, like uh, yeah, obviously some of you people have actually seen me doing the videos, but right near before the horizon, that's where our continental shelf finishes. And I tell you what, it just goes bang, like it drops. And the stories have been, there's been a lot of shipwrecks and a lot of bodies being here, dropped off down there because they'll never come back up again. Um, and that's where I can't think of the name of it, the big Southern Current is. Um, I can't think of the name of it. There's a name for it. It was even in they were even talking about it on the movie Finding Nemo. Um, it's a great southern current that we have. It starts up north near Queensland and it goes right down the far south coast. Okay, good night, Andy. Yep, just make sure that your parachute opens up before you fall to bed.
All right. Good night, Andy.
We'll see you tonight, buddy. We'll see you tonight.
Hopefully, I'll wake up for your live stream in the morning.
Yeah.
It's been a long 36 hours for me, but yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna slowly gonna start winding up too, even though my trains are running late. So next weekend, people, a reminder, I'm gonna put up a notice a little bit earlier this week, but I will be at Rose Hill Racecourse, doing a live stream up there, at the Cinema Railway Show. Then after that, we'll be back to here. Hopefully things will settle down in Wollongong and actually start continuing on my journey, my tour up north.
Okay.
Now that we've got some nice weather, I'm going to make the most of it. Try to get up to the northern suburbs so everybody can actually have a look. And then if the weather goes bad, we'll just come back and run trains in here. Hopefully we're not going to get a startup like I did today.
Good night, Pete.
Good night, Pete. Anthony, thank you very much for helping me with the show. And I haven't been to Caribbean, so I'm going to get down there one of these days.
I'll probably never go there.
There's one place down there I wouldn't mind going down and have a
I've got
look.
too many other places in the world I want to see. The Caribbean.
There's only one
It's
island
just
I
not
would
on my
like.
list. It's like Hawaii. Now that we've been to Hawaii, Joyce wants to go back, but I'm indifferent to it. I could care less about going back to Hawaii. Too many places I still want to see in Northern Europe in what left I have of my life.
Oh yeah, look, I definitely want to go back to Europe. I really want to go up in that. I do want to go back in Innsbruck and go up into that, up along that area where I couldn't go to because trains were closed down. But I'd love to go back over there and explore Austria a lot more, and particularly southern parts of Germany. But gradually it will happen. So everybody, until next week, have fun, stay safe, and we'll see you around soon, eh?
Hey.
Okay, bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.